Who is volunteer today first? Harshwardhan. Okay, both of you. Harshwardhan, will start with you. Shweta, please keep time.
Okay, sir. You can start now.
Good morning, everyone. Today's topic of my lecture is e-commerce in India. E-commerce is a business model which was proposed in India and also the worldwide uh, to buy and sell things over the internet between the firms. We have seen that with the rise of 5G networks and increasing online payment methods along with UPI has given a huge boost to the e-commerce market in India. And also, India is heading ahead to become the second largest e-commerce platform in the world. And also the rise, also the annual rate of increase in the e-commerce industry is the highest in the world. If we talk about some advantages of e-commerce in India, e-commerce enables sellers to come close to the customers that leads to increased productivity and perfect competition between the various platforms. And also the sellers can also take a range of advices from the consumers from all over the country, and also can make their product more relevant, and the consumers can also buy the products according to their preferences. Even e-commerce industry has also brought 24/7 virtuals and also has significant has also lead to the consumers. Apart from this, e-commerce industry has also brought a huge impact in the cross-border trade of goods and services, which has enabled which has enabled to make ties between countries based on various cultural and economic aspects. Even the markets from various countries have reached to various countries, wherein now many MNCs from USA can also do their trade in India, and also great increase in the product selling can also bring various GDP and can also increase the GDP of India. As we all know that e-commerce directly affects the tertiary sector, which also brings financial and
Only
transport
30
as.
seconds only.
Lastly, concluding my lecture, I would like to say that e-commerce industry has brought some disadvantages also, but the advantages that it has given us is much higher than the disadvantages. Even e-commerce industry has a great role in increasing the foreign direct investment in India and also increasing the uh, GDP of India. Also, e-commerce has also been an
Time up.
important part of various groups like RCEP, WTO, and BRICS, etc. Thank you.
Okay. E-commerce has really changed today's lifestyle, today's scenario. The overall market is now under the influence of online platform because e-commerce is totally taking the control of it. If you see the traditional business scenario where people were having personal interaction, coming together, one-to-one negotiation, all those things now taken over by technology and the big players, and that is what is a problem, that some of the smaller players started feeling threatened that the big fish will just eat all the small fishes. But that is not so. We have to really update ourselves. We need to understand how technology has upgraded and the e-commerce, how much benefit it is giving and what new potential has come into market. The small players can actually use, and in fact some of the smart players have already shifted and upgraded themselves. So if you want to be updated, then you will try and do all the efforts. But if you are with the negative mindset, you will get left out. Exactly. The merits of these e-commerce, India being one of the biggest market, India being now upcoming with the technology, a lot of population is getting migrated now to the Android phones. Population, huge population has got that tremendous potential of future segment, that market. Imagine today there is one e-commerce platform, whether it is Amazon or any online related platforms, how they are growing today. They may not be having profits, but in times to come they are investing, seeing the future perspective. Otherwise, if you start thinking orthodox way that how much profit I am gaining today, there was a report for initial years Amazon is not earning, it is just an investment. But once your customers get accustomed, whether it is Flipkart, Amazon, or whatever online services with different models which are coming up, right from the grocery shop, people have upgraded themselves to some kind of e-commerce modules where on telephone you can book the order, or there is some kind of app, or there is a website. And every aspect of technology, if you can utilize to your advantage, it is being done. More so, from the economy point of view, this is a transparent economy where your online transactions are there. The nation will love this kind of scenario where uh, the activity is registered as a digital footprint, what is being purchased and what is being sold. And in future things can be traced, so nation will also promote such kind of things. Okay, Harshvardhan, good. Now we can continue on this aspect. uh, the topics, different topics, you should be very sure that before SSB your different topics are ready, and your confidence has to be at most okay, I have covered almost every segment. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Shweta, Harshvardhan, keep time.
You may start.
Good morning, everyone. This is me, Shweta Singh, and today I am going to tab on a topic about Border Road Organization. The BRO formed on 7th May 1960 to secure the India's border and develop an infrastructure in remote area of the north and northeast state of our country. The motto of the BRO is Shramina Sharvam Sadhyam, which means everything available through hard work. The purpose of the BRO is providing infrastructure to the armed forces in India and to the friendly nations. The executive head of the BRO is DGBR, who holds the rank of Lieutenant General in the Indian Army. The different role of the BRO is during peacetime. First, to develop and maintain the operational road infrastructure in the border areas. Second, to contribute a social economy development in the border state during the wartime. First, to develop and maintain a road to keep a line of control in original sector and to the redefined sector. Second, to execute additional tasks which is led by the government to the war effort during the emergency response. The BRO is also responsible for providing emergency response and relief service in times of natural disaster such as a earthquake, flood, landslides, and snowstorm. Second, BRO personnel and machineries are always on standby to respond to the emergency and provide assistance to remote and difficult terms. Some of the major projects which is undertaken by the BRO are: first, the Border Road Organization has created a world record and constructed a black topping the world's highest mortal and at Umlila Pass in Ladakh at an altitude of 19,024 feet. Border Road is responsible for contribution and maintain a road along India's border with China, Pakistan, Nepal, Bhutan, Myanmar and Bangladesh. There are some projects which is undertaken by the BRO, which
Last 30
is
seconds.
Project Hirakan, Jojila Pass Tunnel, Char Dham, and Road Project. Recently, the Border Road Organization constructed the world's highest fighter airfield, will be constructed in Ladakh at the height of 13,700 feet. In conclusion, I want to say that BRO is an essential organization responsible for the construction and maintaining the road in the border
Time up.
areas. It provides the country security and strategic infrastructure development. Thank you so much.
Yes, BRO is a beautiful organization. They are doing tremendous work. In fact, in the most difficult terrain, they are operating, and their quality of work is praiseworthy. The dedication is praiseworthy, and the commitment. In fact, it is very difficult to operate in these areas to get the work done, to complete the project. And you see their signboards, and when you see their presence through their infrastructure, you really feel very, very good about this organization, and you feel proud also because this organization has made impact. The infrastructure along all borders is amazing, whatever they could do to their best abilities, and it has really benefited when we operate, our troops move, or any national level security scenario is to be seen from that upgradation. They have done tremendous contribution, and their projects, getting it completed, getting the labor for it, and their people safety, it is not easy. So whatever coordination, whatever work they are doing, it is through a lot of challenges, and sometimes we hear the casualties also while doing such kind of national service, because border are all borders are difficult to operate. uh, if you see 62 scenario with China was coming inside, we had absolutely no infrastructure. Today we have reached to every corner of the border, and our upgraded infrastructure is now pride for all of us, and the share of it, major share of it, and the credit goes to BRO's contribution. Good, Shweta, you picked up this topic. That is also important because these are all unsung heroes. I like about BRO their slogans at the roads. They are very, very innovative, creative slogans. If you read the BRO slogans at the border areas or whatever roads they have uh, made, you can see on Google also. Very nice slogans they create, and, and through that you remember them throughout. Okay, good. Who is next? Akash or Amruta?
Hello.
Akash, you want to speak?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Shweta, keep time.
You can start now.
Good morning, everyone. My today's lecture topic is Digital India Program. Digital India initiative was taken by Government of India on 1st July 2015. It was taken by Ministry of Electronics and Information Technology. It was launched by our Honorable Prime Minister Narendra Modi. Its motto is Power to Empower, and it aims to provide digital infrastructure as a source of utility to every citizen of this country. It has several pillars on the basis of which this program works. So first one is broadband highways, then second one is public internet service programs, third one is universal mobile networks for everyone, fourth is e-governance, then e-kranti, then information for all, then electronics productivity, IT for jobs, and the last one is early harvest systems. If you look at early harvest systems, these are the small steps which are taken on the basis of which the productivity or economy increases afterwards, like the biometrics identification, biometrics attendance in government services, and Wi-Fi in universities. There are several initiatives taken by Digital India programs. Like first one is DigiLocker. We all know that DigiLocker is an authenticated and a safe place where we can save our important documents, and that can be accessed very easily afterwards. Then second, there is one e hospitals in which the patients, then doctors and the hospitals can be interconnected very easily in one single step. Also, e-Pathshala is launched is an initiative taken by the NCRT where educational resources are easily available like books and audio and video clips which can be easily accessed at their website. Then Bhim, we all know that Bhim is Bharat interface for money, which is a platform on the basis of which we make different digital payments without actually using the offline cash. And there is one program called as Pradhan Mantri digital Shakshastra Abhiyan, in which the rural population is made digitally literate and they can use these digital platforms for their use. If we look at the impact of Digital India program, the impact is over 12,000 post office have been interconnected in the rural areas electronically, and they share their data within themselves. Then it is estimated that about the GDP of the country would
30
be increased
seconds are
about
left.
the GDP of the country would be increased about $1 trillion by 2025 because of this program. And in the end, if you look at the challenges are the even though this program is good, the internet connectivity is not same throughout the country, and people are not aware same in terms of digital information is concerned. Also, there are some digital frauds which are happening because of this. So, in the end, I would like to conclude by saying that even
Time
if
up.
this program is good, but it has some challenges, and until now, it has proved to be one of the important initiatives taken by our country. And we hope that it would include and it would contribute to the economy of the country in some way or the other. Thank you.
Okay, good, Akash. Uh, Very broad topic. Its aspects are related to many topics. Digital India campaign or Atmanirbhar Bharat or the technology, whatever topics you take, these digital footprints can be felt now. You see the number of engineering branches which have come up. Just few years back, there was no such branches. Artificial intelligence, data analytics, then robotic science. All these are new branches as per the prevailing scenario. How technology has uh, started coming up, and accordingly the syllabuses are designed, and it is need. Future generations will be techno savvy. Without technology, probably nothing will be surviving. Every aspect of our life will have digital dependency, whether it is at home or workplace or overall operating in the society. There is hardly anything where there is no chip. So it is all digital world around us, and we are humans and will be affected by this entire changed scenario. We may become a little bit slave to this scenario, but then a day will come where these frictions will start. It might have started right now. You see, every field is affected by digital India. Uh, when we say uh, programs which are coming up, list of which Akash had just brought out, how the different phases government has also forethought, and accordingly ministry is working, accordingly the think tanks are working, and corporate world is ahead of it. You see any upgraded Android phone or Apple phone comes, they are already having next 3 4 levels in pipeline. And whether it is antivirus, whether it is the design of any hardware or the softwares or the apps, you will perforce be dependent on upgradation. And we can't wish away now, we have to just adjust with it, and it is better to be central part of it. In the world, if India wants to be atmanirbhar, powerful, just I think 2 days back, PM was giving statement that today we are number 5. From number 10 we have come to number 5, and a couple of years India can be number 3 in terms of economic might. See, if that is so, what is the biggest turnover which is happening around us in terms of economy also, or transactions, or the trade? It is involving mostly technology, digital kind of things. You see, if it is electric car, if it is any kind of new equipment and appliance at your home, the most common thing is now mobile, laptops, your electronic gadgets, digital watch. Everything is in a way upgrading our nation, upgrading our society. I don't know for good or bad, but yes, it is going on, and we can't remain behind, because the next threat which is perceived is the platform of war will be cyber or through the internet. So then, if that is so, we cannot be just lagging behind. We have to be really upfront, grabbing the technology, be prepared for tomorrow's world. You see how the wars are fought today, despite having so much of technology. You need to understand adversaries' preparation. Technology element is adding more complexities. The traditional wars are changing now. Today, it is attacking so many dimensions of the adverse countries, including social media campaign. So you need all those uh, things to be addressed, and for that, technical savvy manpower in the country is required. You see, tomorrow's war, suppose India is into war with Pakistan, China, or whatever country, there will be few people in the combat zone, but more than that strength will be having role in warfare, and they will not be the soldiers. So that is the tremendous scope of tomorrow's warfare, and that is why digital upgradation, digital programs are really important, but it is now superficially going on. I feel honestly, we are not yet prepared about the side effects of it, or to counter enemy nations' evil design if they are planning something. Just to throw some more light, suppose something is imported in our country, uh, later on we realize that there is a hidden chip in that or something like uh, comes out. So we need to go to that level, that self reliance of our own things will be crucial in tomorrow's warfare. If anything is from outside, will be causing disturbance or will have adverse effect on our operations and capability. So to that extent, I think digital world, we need to update ourselves, our engineers and think tanks. They have to understand their role, and then only probably India can have number three position justified in the world. We are going to surely reaching out to that position, number three in the world. So we should deserve it also, so that to retain it. Otherwise, we'll be again down. Okay, Akash, good topic. Content was good, and you delivered it well. Okay, Amruta,
Yes, sir.
Akash, keep trying.
Hello, Akash.
Yes, yes. Just a second.
Okay.
Yes, you can start now.
Good morning, everyone. Jahan. I'm Amruta Sagar, and today's my lecture topic is introduction and overview of book's first chapter. The book name is Attitude is Everything, written by Jeff Keller. In the first part of introduction, Jeff describes his life and how he became a motivational speaker and a writer. So when we dive into the Jeff's first part of introduction, from the childhood means teenage, he wanted to be an attorney, a lawyer, and he became a good lawyer with, and he liked being a lawyer. There are many aspects that he loved about attorney, but with the time, as we all know that the court's trial get constantly postponed or delayed, and with the tedious work, he hated that work after a few years of working in that field. And after serving for a little bit longer, he dreaded going to work. And bluntly he says that my I didn't like my life, and he was tired of that life. Then one day he sat on a couch and watching a TV, and he got a help from a infomercial where the mental bank program was being recorded or watched. He titled that incident of his in a book as help comes from an unlikely source, and he says that you are not what you think you are, but what you think in capital you are. The written by Norman Vincent Peale. After that, he took that mental bank program, and he was like, uh, why haven't I have been taught this in the school? After he got help, he became a lawyer and a motivational speaker at the same time. He scheduled his job, both jobs, for in a week. He worked as a lawyer for 5 days and 2 days as a motivational speaker. Then he get got passionate about motivational speaking. He studied, he researched for that, and when the time spent, he was really good at his work. The change in his attitude by the program mental bank program uh,
It's
affect,
36.
affected his job as well. Lawyer, he got progressed in that, and he describes how this all helped in his life. And at the end of conclusion, I take his sentence from the same chapter, that think, act, and talk with enthusiasm, and you will attract positive results. Thank you.
Time up.
Okay, Amruta, I know you are a vivid book reader, and what is the title of the book you said?
Title of the book is Attitude is Everything, written by Jeff Keller.
Okay, attitude is everything. So you narrated, and it should be inspiration for others. How book reading uh, can be a great thing. It has always been, but generally it is not easy to follow. And your attitude really matters. And one aspect which you were highlighting, that at times it comes, maybe in your life it is yet to come, everyone's life. You come to know that this thing is great, and I already lost some years, and I'm little late in knowing that. Why it was not known to me little early. This thing happens. But life is funny. Wherever you can start, must start. And whatever message was from this story, that you may plan something. Life is not as per your plan at times. Most of the things will go the way you are working, but you should be ready for some kind of turns positively, because life may plan something else, and there are n number of stories and inspirational episodes where the person at first hand never wanted to be something for which that person is known, like Jack Ma. Jack Ma today says in many interviews you can hear, if he gets another life, he may not travel the same path. And a layman may understand, अरे इतना अच्छा life है. He is one of the richest, successful, renowned. The Chinese market he ruled, or all over world, Alibaba. So how come such person is giving this statement? But such kind of statement may give you a lot of messages. Similarly, there are many celebrities who often say, if I was not like getting into this position, I would have been something what they initially thought of, or even they're passionate. Suppose Saif Ali Khan, he wanted to be a cricketer. He is a hero now, enjoying the reputation of successful hero. Many films. Why I'm giving this thing, because in your life you don't know where you will be exactly settling. One should be yes, you are not what you think you are, but you are, but what you think you are. Yes.
Yeah, sir, sorry to disturb you in between, but I have read this sentence yesterday, but I haven't understand the proper meaning of that sentence. It's hard to grasp what the sentence want to mean. Please, can you explain it?
Okay, let's break it. You are not what you think you are. This is first part. So suppose you feel you are a student of this stream, and maybe based on that aspect you are moving into a direction, and you are assuming a personality which is really suiting where you are traveling. I'm giving first example of students days. So you are not what you think you are. This is contradicting whatever is your present position, and you should be prepared to accept that you are actually not the way you are assuming today. So that first acceptance, okay, it is applicable to others also. I'll come to that. Students, if you are thinking like ND aspirant or CDS aspirant, and you may be thinking this is my life, but there is something more to it in your inner self, and you are having some other dimensions also. You are yet to discover it or know it. Second part, but what you think you are. Huh. So when you start thinking and introspecting, then you will discover that you are, and it is capitalized also. Many times we forget, or in fact, not forget also, we are not aware what we are. To summarize this, uh, like in my final dining out is a ceremony. My last CO, commanding officer, he while in the dining out scenario, bidding farewell, almost whole night it was on. It is like bidding farewell in the officers mess. He gave a statement. He's no more now, God bless his soul. He referred to me and he said, this person doesn't know his own potential. That was first time I am hearing, and that too on my departing from service. So it still haunts me, that is it really that he discovered something in me and I am yet to know it. So probably these statements are true, and since then I am ready to know more about myself also, because he referred a word, he equated, that was also something new for me. He said Hanumanji. Hanumanji was not knowing his own capability. It was the circumstances, and the Sri Ramji was getting the work done from him. So in that sense he talked, and it is quite relevant now after, if you see that you don't know who you are. So, Amruta, this is philosophical, though it sounds like very, very philosophical, but it is reality in most cases. You see around, you start discussing very, very personal things with your friends, you will realize a lot of things come up. You That person may tell you, or you tell that person about you are reading about his or her capability, then such things will come up, or some circumstances will bring it out. uh, the adverse conditions or the perfect phases will bring out what you don't know about yourself. Like the movie has come, 12th fail.
Yes, sir.
If you accept defeat, if you accept that you are meant for these smaller things, you cannot do academically well, so this person would not have reached to the IPS cadre. So in that movie, I don't know, I heard a lot about that movie, and it is a true story. Serving DIG who is there. So this is what you should be ready to be alive. Don't block your views, don't block your vision. Always be very, very open minded. Never close relationships. Try and understand this. Never assume that you finished with someone. Never assume that. Be little mature. You never know that you will again come to the point where you need that person. Similarly, about yourself, never finalize things. Be keep some scope up. Some person may leave it more. I am after that my CEO's those words. I am little more open now. Earlier, I used to think this is what is, but now I am keeping some portion as flexibility and openness in my mind and in my approach. So, you also must understand कि what you are seeing is not the 100% outer world, always scope of something which you never imagined and which you never thought also. And for your inner self, never, this is dichotomy now I am talking. One on one side we say be confident about your actions and all those things, but some scope of changing the gears, not understanding yourself fully, so that scope has to be there. Yes, I think I don't know about myself, 10% that scope has to be there, and you are ready for that eventuality. This is little philosophical, but it is a reality. Some other day I think we can speak on this. And uh, day before yesterday, Maxwell scored a double century and taken single-handedly the match. If you come down to the point where they were, I think, 7 down around 92 or something, Australia in the World Cup match, and just those maybe 1.5 hour, 2 hour before that, you flashback, nobody would have imagined, including Maxwell, that such can be the outcome. So the confidence and all those things are, yes, they're at the back of the scenario, but your own capability, despite being hurt, he was hurt also, not able to really uh, move easily, and that made him do something which he started. I did not see the match, but the outcome is he capitalized on that weakness and did something with his other potential, hitting hard, making more sixes, and single-handedly won the match. This is applicable in life. Never block it. So always think that I don't know about myself. I can do something which is beyond my imagination. Okay, Amruta.
Yes, sir. Thank you. Clear than
Little complex things, but at
no.
least I would say all of you keep scope of that window where you're not finalized opinions, you have not finalized uh, some kind of views about any person, object, plans, and that will help you in life. Okay, I think we are finished with all the speakers, so we will end here. Have a good time. Bye.
Sir, 1 minute.
Yes,
So, do you have 5 minutes more, please? I
yes,
want to
yes,
discuss
yes,
one question.
yes.
Like, uh, you just said about cricket. In 2011, our World Cup, I enjoyed the most. But after that, I haven't seen any cricket match properly. My question, feeling about that was, what is the use of seeing any game should be played, not seen on the TV, right? So, and anyway, it is a waste of time to watch a cricket because that player are getting paid for his game. Any player, may it be a MMA fighter or a cricketer or a basketball player, anyone, what is the use of watching any game on a TV?
Very good question. See, uh, similar case. I compromised on my studies during my childhood, including playing and watching both. When I used to go to tuition, in between, suppose one of the local team, if they say while going to the tuition on my cycle, me and my friend, if they say okay match hai, mat jao aage, ye khel lo, so we used to actually bunk classes, and that is, in hindsight, whether good or bad, it is bad. Watching, yes, people, even if there is an exam, and prefer watching match because of obsession and love and passion, whatever you want to call. But then you cannot be so calculative in every aspect. At times you don't know. If you see the larger canvas of life, our role is, nobody knows. And if this particular thought line, if you start applying everywhere, maybe you will stop indulging in social activities, social relationships, because everywhere you will start realizing. I don't know how many of you can now relate. If you apply this analogy everywhere, why I'm doing this? So 99% the outcome will be it is a waste of time. But then again, just see the other side. Is there any utility? Suppose you watch match on TV, you can make these activities as constructive. Suppose you sit with your brother, sister, parents, any companion, friend, or you take some activity which you can manage while watching the TV because you are passionate follower of that game. I am assuming that. And that guilt we are now addressing. Whether I should watch because it is what is the use? And you are spending quality time. Just imagine if you spend, suppose people go to stadium, even this view is applied there, that why one should go there, spending money, hardly you can see match, it is all halla gulla, you are not able to understand. Also suddenly you come to know someone is out, or there is some drop, or someone is hitting six, because on TV you are more comfortable, you can see replays and all those things, commentary is there, you can take back in internet age now, थोड़ा पीछे जाके रिवाइंड कर लिया. This thinking is not 100% true, waste of time. So if you sit with your friend, spend quality time, and do something meaningful, make it as a memory that after 10 years or 15 years or at the age of 80, you refer back to that match, because that match is a reference point which has got you together. And you say, on that particular day, that thing we did. And this is how you have to really build up every aspect, because when I said if you apply this thought line to many things, including why should we eat and how much we should eat, including how much we should sleep, because there was one friend of mine, again he died in Bhuj earthquake. He was out of box thinking, Mr. Vijay Gandhi. He stopped eating, and he used to take tablets of proteins or whatever, and we used to object. So he was convinced in his mind that if after eating food I am getting this, so I am not spending time on this and it is a waste. And he used to take a lot of tablets, directly proteins or whatever tablets he had, capsules and all those things. So on the other hand, we had no arguments, because he said ki whatever is required in my body, you take a test, it is there. And this is you cannot convince then if he is having this solid argument, though his cause of death is earthquake, because he could not come out of that building. And it was a huge earthquake, god bless his soul. But I'm giving just example that your thought line you may justify today, but later on you have to understand ki maybe I am wrong. So Amruta, your question is very valid, and this is a sign that you are thinking deeply, questioning many things, and it will make you a person suitable for many fields. This thinking should not die down, but then always find out some of the arguments for it and against it. It will make you balance. Never have an approach that you all have arguments on one side only. Okay, okay, there is nothing in favor of it. And that is why the debate is very interesting phenomena, where for and against, you might have experience or not, but if you can watch debates, if there is a person who is speaking for the topic, and you as an audience is a layman, doesn't know depth of the topic, you get convinced, okay, okay, these are valid points. And moment you hear the other side against the points, a speaker, and we are assuming both are quality speakers, So the other side, after listening, you again get confused because you are convinced now also. This is the beauty of life, and have this kind of approach. Okay, I think there is a lot to speak on these things. We cannot really confine to limited time of speaking. Okay.
Yes, sir. Thank you, sir. Have a nice day, sir.
Okay,
Jai.
have a good time. Bye. Jai Hind.
Thank you so